Landscapes Day 2. Last time you were here, we drew a version of this landscape. Today, we're going to do this. Okay, maybe we won't draw quite this quickly, but we will be drawing a desert. We'll still show background, middle ground, foreground. We'll make sure to show perspective and that our things that are far away are small and things that are close are big. Here's some examples so that you might get ideas, but in the end, yours will probably look pretty similar to this one. Okay, we'll get started with a pencil and our same paper from last time. If you remember, you had a landscape on one side. We learned the basics. That was our cool road. We need to make sure that our perspective is shown by size, foreground big, middle ground medium, background small. The details that you added are what made your picture look different than mine and from your neighbor. So today we're going to flip our paper over. Doesn't matter if it's upside down, that's okay. And then we'll get started the same way we did last time. We need to plan out our horizon line. So you can see me using my fingers to kind of measure. I went about halfway, nothing perfect. I'm going to connect those two dots with a horizontal line. That horizontal line is my horizon line. Above it is the sky, below it is the ground. All right, same beginning as last time. Put one dot on your horizon line, two dots on the bottom. And this time, instead of going with a straight line that made that triangle road, let's try a curved line. Kind of is going to look like a letter S. This is a little tricky, so watch it carefully. So nothing super fancy yet. And then it's the second line. The second line has to start off parallel and then end up hitting that dot. So I'm going to go right next to the other line, and then it'll go away from it because it needs to hit that dot. Ooh, isn't that cool? So this one was more like just a triangle with straight lines. And then the S is the curvy lines. If you're struggling with that, just go with a triangle. That's okay. All right, now let's put some hills in the background. If you notice those desert hills, they look a little different than the hills maybe around our house. Our house is like up in here in Northwest, kind of have more rounded hills, but these are like horizontal and vertical lines. They almost look like buildings from far away. You'll see these in Arizona and parts of New Mexico and even into Mexico. They're so cool. I'm sure they have a name and I don't know what it is. But there are still those kind of regular mountains behind. So what I do is I draw the vertical horizontal lines first, and then I can put those other mountains behind them so they look like they're really in the background. Now I left a valley today. Last time I didn't. We had the tunnel. If you want to put a tunnel today, go for it. You can do that. I didn't, so I'm actually going to erase that dot. It was looking a little bit weird, like, what is that circle? Maybe it's a car coming from far away. All right, now the details. No matter what you draw in this desert, it should be small in the background and big in the foreground. So I just did a teeny little cactus in the background, and now I'm adding one in the foreground. Drawing a cactus is almost like just kind of drawing curvy fingers. Is that weird? Kind of like arms. So two parallel lines, number 11, draw up. Looks like little arms raised up. Then you're going to curve the top, like the top of your finger, and then come down with a big letter U, come back up high, add one more finger, and then another letter U to close it up. The bottom always looks weird, so I just kind of scribble in some grass. There we go. Small, far away, big is close up. And then the details. That foreground cactus, your bigger one, should have more details. So you'll have room in there to show the maybe little flower, definitely those lines, definitely the pokies. That's what makes a cactus look like a cactus. Lots of those. The middle ground, anything in the middle ground is kind of going to have like a medium amount of detail. You won't have as much detail as the foreground, but definitely more than the background. Anything else can go in there. I saw these kind of like curved cactus ones, which are really pretty. They also have flowers and they have the pokey things, but they don't get as tall as the saguaro cactuses. What else did I see in the pictures? Like rocks. I saw a little rabbit in one of those pictures, a snake. Gosh, anything that you know about the desert, feel free to add those as your details. This could have been a road, it could have been a river. I'm making it a dry creek bed, so I'm adding some cracks, so it looks really hot under that sun. Again, as long as you're following the rules of the details with foreground, middle ground, background, you are going to be successful. And don't be so hard on yourself. You're just beginning this new way of drawing, so give yourself some kindness and some patience. I think you're going to do great. Today we're trying to create a desert.